Hello, welcome in to our basketball D3 Auto Sales Arkansas Sports Network award presentation. Once again, Brad Caldwell here. Glad to have you along as we are going to honor some student athletes from around the state of Arkansas. We could not be happier to do so. And so we want to say thank you to you that are watching. Thank you that have had us throughout the state of Arkansas this year. We've done some great things. We're going to talk about a lot of that today, as well as present these awards, because I'm telling you, there's been a lot of good things happening since we last talked to you at Elkins, and we're going to talk a little bit about that today. And we hope that you'll get excited with us. Arkansas Sports Network continues to grow and continues to do great things. And we're excited. We're excited. But it wouldn't happen if it wasn't for you that watched, if it wouldn't happen if it wasn't for the kids. I mean, that's the number one thing. It's about the student athletes and getting recognition across the state of Arkansas. We want to say thank you to D3 Auto Sales for being the presenting sponsor of this award. If it wasn't for them, we would not be able to do this. And I'll go ahead and show you. Don't have enough room on my table here. This is our boys basketball MVP award, and the girls one looks just like it. And we're glad to be able to do that. Again, we would not be able to do that if it wasn't for the folks over at D3, Mr. Daresall, Mr. Randy Pickrell, those guys over there. They do a fantastic job. If you will, right now, go ahead, hit that share button for us, and just get this out there so we can get this out there to as many people as we possibly can. It always helps to get it out there and make sure that we've got people watching this thing, because there's a lot of schools that are going to be represented here as we talk about what we're going to do. 471,000 views is what we got this year in football and basketball, including, games that we started with Walnut Grove, Texas, and Malvern. We went all the way out to Dumas and CAC in the state semifinals this year. And, man, what a great support we got from both sponsorship and from viewers. We could not do it without you. It was just a great time this year, the best year that we've had so far. We look to continue to grow, and we hope that you'll jump in with us and continue to grow with us. I just realized that my microphone was muted. Maybe it wasn't. Oh, wait. I got it. Never mind. Now we got it. But anyway, with that being said, we're excited to have you along with us today. Make sure, and if you're hearing me, just give me a comment on Facebook to make sure that you're hearing me. I want to make sure that I haven't messed it up here. Anybody that will, or Facebook or YouTube for that matter, just give me a comment. Make sure that I've got the sound going out. Thumbs up, anybody? I think I do. Anyway. Oh, we got it. Ethan Heffley. He's always out there. Thank you to Jessica and Sean. All right, we got it now. Good deal. All right, so let's do this. We'll leave some of the talk here, and we'll get to our girls' top 5 here in with this D3 Auto Sales MVP award. And let me get to that real quick. And I will show you our top 5 here. Our top 5 of the D3 Auto Sales MVP award, as you can see, if you hadn't saw it already, you'll be able to see that we have Caitlin McCarn of Mountain View, Desi McCarty of Mount Vernon Enola, Ruby Trammell of Bergman, Corey Sanders of Lamar, and Bryn Washam of Mammoth Spring. And I'll tell you what, there is when you talk about deserving, I'll tell you, I don't know. This is a hard choice. This was a hard choice. We talked to coaches around the state of Arkansas. We talked to different coaches, kind of get their opinion. Talked amongst ourselves a little bit, trying to figure out who we thought might be the one, and we've come up with a name. But let's talk a little bit about some of these other girls and all of the girls as we get into this. So let's just go to our individual top five here, and you can see right here, and I'm doing my own producing, so bear with me real quick. Ruby Trammell of Bergman. She's our first nominee here. She was a senior, 14.5 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 2.2 steals per game. The thing that stuck out about Ruby to me was the fact that she was just big time in big games. It was fun to watch her in the state tournament, to see all the things that she did. And I'm telling you, when it was time to go, I'm telling you, she could go. And it was a lot of fun to watch, and she helped Bergman to another state championship, which I believe is 3 out of 4, if I'm not mistaken. And, it's fun to watch these kids grow, and she was one of those that really stepped up. 1,700 points in her career. Unbelievable, unbelievable career there for Ruby Trammell. Next, we have Desi McCarty, a senior, Mount Vernon and Enola. She had 19 points per game, 12 rebounds, and 3 blocks. She is a state championship MVP. She's also signed with Arkansas Tech University. Big thing sticks out about her, averaging a double-double throughout. 3 block shots as well. That's a big deal when you're talking about student athletes inside the state of Arkansas. She was just a phenomenal player. Next up, I'm going to have to fix this one real quick as I talk. Miss Corey Sanders. Well, there we go. I'll get it. Miss Corey Sanders of Lamar. And Corey's one that I'm pretty familiar with. We actually did a little bit of something with her. We've got a video that I'll be able to put out. I know if Roger is watching right now, our computer that's on is broken, and so we're going to have to get that fixed. But we should be able to get that off there and have that ready for next season. But Corey Sanders, she's a junior, averaged 18.3 points per game. Look at that, 7.6 rebounds, 6.2 assists for a girl that she's probably, 5'3"? I mean, unbelievable athlete, unbelievable player here for the Lamar Warriors. And Lamar finished in the state quarterfinals, lost to Salem. Salem ended up back-to-back state championship appearances. Bergman was able to beat them in the state championship. But Lamar is a team that will be back, I believe. They're going to be a team to be reckoned with. And I really think that they've got a shot at being really, really good this next year, and a team that I think a lot of people are going to look at and say they are one of the top 5, at least, top 5 teams in 3A. And so we want to say thanks to Caitlin, Corey. And we're going to get to our next one. If I could get this right, I'll tell you what, this is not working like we want it to do. So I'm going to have to go back to my, maybe here. Yeah, of course it wouldn't. Let me go back to that. Caitlin McCarn, she averaged 21 points per game for the Mountain View Lady Yellow Jackets. I was very impressed with her this year, being able to watch her play for the first time. She's also signed. Well, she had been signed with OBU. I think that she's got some things that she's looking at now since they've made a coaching change there. She averaged 21 points per game. Really, really unbelievable player there. Very heady player. Dad's a coach. That's not uncommon. When you got a coach for a dad to have an unbelievable player like she is. Fantastic player for the Lady Yellow Jackets. I'm going to check here real quick. There we go, Bryn. Let's see if I can. Well, last we got Bryn Washam. I, I saved Bryn for last because Bryn has an unbelievable story. Bryn was in the middle of a situation this year, and I talked to her coach about it. So he told me that he felt like it would be okay with her to share this, and so I'm going to share this. Uh, Bryn, she played for the back-to-back state champion Mammoth Spring Bears, and they were phenomenal this year, just like they always have been. They and Norfolk have battled it out the last 3 years, I believe. Um, and Bryn, two-time back-to-back state championship MVP. On February 14th of this year, Bryn lost her mother during the district tournament, and her and her coach had to have some heart-to-heart talks, and she told the coach, "I am going to play no matter what." And her mother passed away, and they played the next day, and she played, all the way through that situation that she was in. Never complained, never said anything. Just played the game and ended up playing well enough to be the state championship MVP for the second time this season. And so that was an unbelievable thing. I felt like, as I mean, just a great story there. And I'm hoping, even though she's a senior, I'm hoping that maybe we can get with her this summer, maybe do a sit down with her and talk to her a little bit about it. When her coach was talking to me a little bit about it, I got emotional about it because I thought I can't even imagine what it would be like for her in that time that she was in. And so I just want to say thank you. Number one, that y'all shared the story. Number two, I want to say I want to throw out all my condolences that I can to Bryn and her family for what they've been through over the last few months, and really, I guess over even a couple years here that her mother was going through that. And so I want to say thank you to her, and just her courage. And you want to talk about courage? We talk about courage a lot through certain things, and people do certain things, and you say, "Well, that's courageous." And sometimes I have a problem with that. But let me tell you something. That right there is courage. So that's courage right there. What she did, being able to play, putting her teammates before her own, her own needs even. Um, Unbelievable, unbelievable. And so I want to say, and I felt like that was something that people should know, and unbelievable time there. So I want to say, Bryn, if you're watching, I want to say thank you. I want to say, man, if I could give you a hug right now, I would, because I just, you don't hear about that kind of courage, real, true courage, a lot. So let me say thank you. So, what we're going to do, I am going to try to get the winner on the phone. And so I want you to hang with me real quick as we get the winner on the phone. I'll be back in just a moment. And the magic of live television, we've got the winner of our D3 Auto Sales High School Girls Basketball MVP, the second one that we have given. Last year, we gave it to Bree McCarty of Hector. This year, it is Desi McCarty of Mount Vernon, Enola. Congratulations, Desi.
Thank you.
Well, Desi, I will say, unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to see you play, but I will tell you that I heard lots of great things from you or about you and your play. And of course, I got a chance. I mean, everybody hears about everybody. If you keep up with it, and you have been an unbelievable player throughout your career in high school, and 19 points and 12 rebounds this year, and signing with Arkansas Tech. Tell us a little bit about your career at Mount Vernon and Enola.
I've had a really good, probably the best time I could ask for as a high school athlete. I moved to Mount Vernon in between my freshman and sophomore year, and our sophomore year was a little rough. We got knocked out by Norfolk, who ended up winning state championship that year, and then we moved to a classification next year. And that year was really a building year for us. That very first year I was there, and after that, we kind of just decided that we would do whatever it took to win. And we put our heads together and we came in and we worked every single day. And we ended up winning our first state title. Kind of just going into it and say, well, we'll play. We don't know how far we'll get, but we'll play. And we ended up winning. And so then we realized, wow, we're actually really capable of winning. And so we decided that our goal was the next year was to try to go undefeated and win state championship again back to back. And that's what we did. And bringing the first state championship home to Mount Vernon was really special because we were the first to ever bring home a state basketball state championship for the girls. And so it's just been a really, really special time. And especially with my team, I couldn't have asked for a better team to do it with at all whatsoever.
Well, that's that's the special part of sports. Really, is the time with your team, right? I mean, really, when you get down to it, that's what it's all about. I mean, you remember the wins, you remember the losses, but what you really remember is the time and the camaraderie that you have with your team, as you go through this journey that you're on. Which you played. You guys don't play football, so y'all played like 40 or 50 games a year, and now you guys ended up for 3 4 years there. You played 150 games, and all of that camaraderie that you have. That's what you remember, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can admit that like my teammates are like my best friends off the floor. Like Marley and AJ are some of my best friends, and so it's not our team is something that once it leaves the floor, it's not just a team. Like we do things together. We're very close. We all keep in contact with each other very often, and so our team is really I like to say more than just a basketball team.
Well, that's really good to hear. So tell us a little bit about I actually live in the Russellville area. You're coming over here to us where you're going to play for the Golden Suns, Arkansas Tech. Tell us a little bit about that.
I absolutely. So I got offered by Tech my sophomore year. I'd been to camps with Dave Wilbers, and he was a really nice guy, and I really liked him. And we had a very short, quick conversation when he offered me. I can tell I am a full ride athlete at Arkansas Tech, and they were my only full ride. And I really went on a visit to Tech. I think about a year after I got offered, and I fell in love with how the campus was, the coaching staff, Coach Palmer and Coach Wilbers, and I really liked the girls. And I decided that I wanted to go away from home, but not too far, so it's kind of the perfect distance. I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to my opportunities at Tech and what's going to come. I have big goals there. And I'm actually really looking forward to also getting to play with Marley Sellers, who from Salem,
Yes.
she's going to come, and Abby Grace Cunningham from Cabot, she's going to come too. So
Hmm.
I'm looking really forward to building new relationships with new teams and finding new goals and hopefully winning a bunch more games.
So the thing is, when Arkansas Tech is good, it's through kids like you. It's through kids like Abby Grace and Marley Sellers, and we got up front. Uh, Seat at the 3A state tournament to see Marley, and we've seen her the last 2 years over there, and so we know what kind of point guard that she can be. She is a phenomenal player. We know Abby Grace is as well. Abby Grace actually played here, right, very very close to where I'm at Atkins, and she was unbelievable. She went to Cabot this year and had a really good year there as well. So she's an unbelievable player too. So loved mentioning those names. Tell us a little bit about your teammates real quick. Want to get some quick plug in for them, as we know that
Oh,
it wasn't just you that won that state championship.
oh, absolutely. So, a lot of people in our starting five, there's a lot of people that talk about the trio of me, Marley, and AJ. Marley's going to Henderson. AJ's going to South Ark and El Dorado. So those two girls have they were there. I feel like when one of us was having an off game, somebody was on, and there was the confidence of you keep your head up, you still got it. So we always knew that if one of us was struggling, someone else was there to pick up the slack and pick us up as well. And everybody on our team plays a key role. Olivia McClelland is somebody who's a lockdown defender at times. Alyssa Gilbert, great defense. We had girls that came off the bench that were phenomenal. We do have a really big senior girls group. I think there were 7 of us, counting our managers, that are graduating off the basketball team, and we have no juniors and 3 sophomores. So there's the team that's coming back is 3 sophomores, and the freshmen that were with us at state tournament, and they were just phenomenal. That whole team is somebody that if you're down, those girls are there to pick you up, and that team is just I really couldn't ask for a better team to have had, or better coaches to have during that time at Mount Vernon. It's just been phenomenal.
Let's go ahead and mention your coaches as well, because I know that they had a big part in what you did.
Absolutely. Coach Carlton used to, when we first came in and I first got there, he was a very serious, really kind of almost rule follower of practices and things, and we really kind of cracked him open and warmed him up. And there were times that, we'd make him laugh, and our practices were fun and we were funny. And, it was just something that I feel like we really opened up to him, and he opened up to us, and we learned from him and he learned from us. And Coach Walker really stepped in and helped us a ton in the postseason runs, especially after he had great years with his boys team. And we really couldn't have done it without our coaches. They're some of the most uplifting, fun people, and we're just a really fun group. So I did have really good coaches.
That's awesome. Well, listen, I will. I'll call you about how we'll get this trophy to you after the live stream is over. So congratulations, and we'll talk to you here in just a little bit.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
All right, that is Desi McCarty. She is our winner of the D3 Auto Sales Arkansas High School Girls MVP Award. Congratulations to her. And so we're going to move on to the next one, which is our boys here in just a moment. Let's talk a little bit of things that are coming up here on ASN while we've got a chance to do that. We've been putting out there about the ASN Basketball Classic. We're working real close on that, getting real close to having that set. We've talked to a few teams. We're going to get a few more teams. I'm going to try to get some matchups set here in the next couple weeks, and so we're excited about that. One thing that we haven't said a whole lot about is the ASN Football Classic that's coming up, and it'll be here before you know it. September 13th, we've got the ASN Football Classic. We're bringing in Elkins, and we're bringing in Warren, and they're going to play right here at Arkansas Tech University, and we couldn't be more excited about being a part of that. Who knows? We may end up being a part of another game or two before it's all said and done, but right now, that's the one that we've got set is Elkins and Warren, a top 5 matchup here in the state of Arkansas. Make sure that you mark your calendars if your team is away and you want to come watch some good football here in the Russellville area at Arkansas Tech University. It's going to be a great time there. Kickoff set for 7 o'clock on September 13th between 2 top 5 teams in the state of Arkansas in 4A. You do not want to miss that. That is those are the things that we're doing. There's another thing that we've got on the burner. We talked about it a little bit. We'll talk about it a little bit more. I can't go into full detail just yet, but there are going to be some more details coming out very soon. But ASN will be delving into the preseason magazine situation as well. And we're going to do things a little bit differently, and that's one of the reasons why I can't go into how it's all going to shake out. But it's going to be great. You're going to want to be a part of it, and we need you to be a part. Those type of things help us out, and we can recognize more kids, and we can give out more awards. Eventually, we'll give out scholarships. I mean, really, it's all about money. If we've got money to give out a scholarship, we would already. But if we get an opportunity to give out scholarships, we will do that very thing. So be on there with us for that. So let's switch gears real quick, and we're going to go ahead and go to the boys' top 5. And goodness gracious, I hope this thing will work out like it's supposed to. Again, doing my own production, sometimes it's not that much fun. Here we go. MVP top 5 for the boys. As you can see here on the screen, you got Ladarius Brown of Mark Tree, Peyton DePriest of Marshall, Dylan Friend of Bergman, Ty Robinson of Lake Hamilton, Lane Taylor of Farmington. All of these guys were really standout. Obviously, if they were not standout, they wouldn't be a top 5. They are top 5. And it looks like I've got all my boys in line here, so we can use this. Good deal. All right, let's start out with Ladarius Brown of Mark Tree. Ladarius Brown, he's a junior from Mark Tree, 15 points per game, 7 rebounds per game. He was 83% from the line. And, talk to anybody that you want to about 1A basketball. They'll tell you Ladarius, the best player in 1A. They felt like he was a guy that was just head and shoulders above the rest. My understanding is he's going to get out there for the Mark Tree football team this year. The Mark Tree football team got out, made the semifinals. They're going to be one of the favorites in 2A this year. Moving on, Lane Taylor. Lane Taylor of Farmington. He's a senior. 25.1 points per game, 6.8 assists, 5.5 rebounds per game. Really a household name in the state of Arkansas. He was an unbelievable player for the Farmington Cardinal, who ended up in the state finals this year. Last 2 seasons, they've gotten beat out in the semifinals. This year, it was the state finals. Little Rock Christian got them. Little Rock Christian's got an unbelievable team. Coach Kyle Pennington over there. And those kids over there, they're unbelievable. They came out like mad dogs that game as well, really trying to assert themselves, and they did. Congratulations to them. But Lane had 40 in that state finals game. And, I mean, anytime you can have 40 in the state finals, I mean, come on. There's what can you say about that? Moving on to Ty Robinson from Lake Hamilton, 27 points per game, 8 rebounds per game, 3 assists per game. And, man, what a talent that kid is. He was going to go to Florida Atlantic, who Florida Atlantic just last year made the Final Four. But they've had a coaching change, and since then, and so Ty is being re-recruited right now. And from my source, he's being heavily recruited right now. So he is what that coach told me. I had one coach tell me he's the best player in the state. And so, there's a lot of coaches out there. They have a lot of opinions. That one right there, he told me he was unequivocal about it. We got Peyton DePriest of Marshall, 26 points per game for Peyton, 6 rebounds and 4 assists. He's led his Marshall Bobcats to back-to-back state title appearances. Marshall was unable to overcome in either one of those games, but still, what an unbelievable thing for him to be a part of 2 back-to-back state championship appearances. And I'll tell you one thing, Marshall, and no offense to anybody that's watching from Marshall right now, but Marshall isn't a team that makes it to the state finals in basketball a lot. I remember a time where Jenny Vining led the Marshall Lady Bobcats to the state finals, where they won that one, and I was a part of that. I was a part of it. I was there for that one. It was a nice game that night. Finally, we've got Dylan Friend. Dylan Friend of Bergman. He is a guy that we have seen uh, grow, and he's just like Ruby Trammell. Ruby has grown so much in her year to year, and Dylan is the same. 19.6 points per game, 3.6 rebounds, and 117 made 3-pointers this year for Dylan Friend. And we look for him again. Also, another guy that had back-to-back state championship appearances. Unfortunately for Bergman, they were unable to overcome and win either one of those games, but both great games. CAC this year and Manila last year, and man, what a great run Bergman has had. And they've got a couple coming back from uh, this year as well, so they're going to be a team that we're going to be watching, and we'll probably have some announcements about that coming up. And let me just say this too before I forget, that if you want us to come live stream, maybe it's a football game, maybe it's a basketball game, whatever, let us know. Shoot us a message. We're going to try to fill up a schedule. I will say that we're looking. This is always dependent upon different things, lots of factors involved, but we're looking at doing 2 crews for football this year. We'll see how that goes, but we've got some possibilities there. We've got some new help. I'll say that's a big time deal for us because we've got some new guys over there that are going to help us. Actually, let me see here real quick if I can. Let me go in here. See if I can find it real quick. I hate trying to do these things on the fly. Well, I'll leave it to that. We'll make an announcement about those guys later. But anyway, let's get to our winner of our MVP for the boys. So give me a minute. I am going to try to get the winner on the phone. So hang tight. We'll be back in just a second. All right, and we're back, and we've got our winner on the phone, and our winner for the D3 Auto Sales Arkansas High School MVP Boys Trophy is Ty Robinson of Lake Hamilton. Ty, thank you for being with us.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Well, Ty, I want to tell you that when I talked to coaches around the state of Arkansas, I polled these coaches to just kind of get what they thought about the 5 finalists on each side on the boys and girls. And there was one coach, and I won't mention him, but he told me, he said unequivocally, Ty Robinson is the best player in the state of Arkansas this year. And it was very, very strong that he was very adamant about it. He said that was just, there was no doubt. Everybody has opinions, but he just was so sure. It really helped me. And of course, your numbers are there with 27 points per game and 8 rebounds. And not only did you score those points, but you did it against the type of competition that you did.
Yes, sir. I mean, I had a great year. We had a great year at Lake Hamilton. It's an honor to get the award. But I mean, I couldn't have done it without my teammates. I mean, you can't score points without people getting you the ball, people handling pressure, people contributing. I definitely did not get myself open most of those games. There's a lot of screens, a lot of help from my teammates, and a lot of great times.
Well, Ty, one of the few times that I got a chance to see you play was actually when you were a sophomore in 2022 when you guys played against Parkview in that 5 overtime classic. That I'll tell you what, that was an all-timer there. Really, that was the announcement that Lake Hamilton was on the map when it comes to boys basketball. You guys have been really in the mix ever since, and this year was no different. You guys were, at the top. For us, we have a poll every week, and you guys were top five all year long, I think. And I don't think you ever really got below three that I know of. But you guys played a hot Pine Bluff team there toward the end, and they just got hot at the right time. Of course, they're back-to-back state champions, but they weren't playing as well as they were toward the end of the year with Courtney Crutchfield and company. But was it that game, or there was a game that you had in state where you had 49? But which was it? That one?
Yes, sir. It was Pine Bluff.
Pine Bluff. So in the state semifinals, you had 49 points. And was that an overtime game, if I'm not mistaken?
Double overtime, yes, sir.
Double overtime. So you're not unfamiliar with overtime games in the state tournament for sure. But I know that was an exciting time for you. Now, you were a Florida Atlantic commitment. Florida Atlantic made it to the Final Four last year. They've had a coaching change as their coach. I believe it was Dusty May. Am I correct on that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, he moved on to Michigan. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And so now you've got people calling you. You got people all over you wanting to see if you could possibly come about and be a part of what they're doing there at their school, which I know that you're taking your time there. What's that process like for you?
It's a lot of phone calls, but I mean, I'm truly blessed to have the opportunity, to be in this position right now. So I'm basically just trying to figure everything out, to take a lot of phone calls and typing through all the schools right now.
Well, Ty, let's talk about your teammates. You said that your teammates, you couldn't do it without them. We believe that.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about your teammates.
We had a lot of young guys this year, a lot of juniors with me, and then we had a senior that actually got hurt at the beginning of the year. Our quarterback, Easton Hurley, he ended up getting hurt before the season, didn't even get to play a game. He was a big contributor the last 2 years before this season. So we missed him a lot this year. But we had another senior, our post player. He helped us a lot. He's a big rebounder, great, just a body down low that really helped us defend the bigger guys in 5A. So, and then we had our point guard LeBron, which is a junior, and then our other wing, which both had big numbers throughout the year, just trying to help carry the load as scoring wise. So I think overall we had a lot of guys that were looked down upon compared to the last couple of years. We had some great players the last couple of years that graduated. So this year I think the younger group definitely proved and made a point that Lake Hamilton's here to stay, and that the next couple of years will still be the same.
Well, you've got a great coach down there in Scotty Pennington. Now, I don't know him personally, but I've got family who knows who he is, and I know his mother-in-law, and anyway, I've been connected to him a little bit, but I can tell he's a great guy, and I'm sure he's a great guy to play for.
Absolutely. I played for him probably since I was in the third grade, so his belief in me has been, phenomenal. That's one of the biggest reasons why I'm in the position that I am, because he believes in everything that I do, and he's pretty much helped me along my whole life. So it's been an honor to play for him.
Well, let me tell you this before I let you go, and I do need to get you back on the phone here in just a little bit to get this trophy to you in some way. But I will say this: our focus here at ASN is really on smaller schools. Lake Hamilton's not necessarily a small school, but your numbers were so good, and the adamancy that I had with different coaches that talked to me, they just said, this guy's the guy, and we had other guys. I mean, there was Lane Taylor, which I know you're familiar with. He big time player up there at Farmington, going to North Texas. And then, we had other smaller school guys like Peyton DePriest of Marshall, who averaged 26 points per game this year, and just different guys that we could say, well, they were the best player in this class, or they were the best player in this class. But what I was told was there's just nobody else to give this to. This is the guy. And a lot of them pointed to that 49-point performance against Pine Bluff and said, there's nobody else in the state that could do that. So you have high compliments, I can tell you, from around the state of Arkansas.
Yes, sir. That definitely means a lot to have the backing of everyone else, every other coach in Arkansas. I mean, it definitely means a lot. It's a testament to my hard work and all the belief that my Coach P has given me throughout the years.
Well, absolutely. Well, you guys have had a phenomenal run. I know that you wanted to come up with that state championship. I know you guys got close, but man, congratulations on a great career, and congratulations on what you're going to do in the future, because I know you got a bright future ahead of you.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
All right, that's Ty Robinson. Ty, I will get with you here in just a moment, and we'll try to get this trophy to you, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Ty Robinson of Lake Hamilton, the D3 Auto Sales MVP Award winner. So we just want to say thank you to everybody that was a part of it. Each side, you could make an argument for each player, and on the boys and the girls side, and they all had a right to it. I mean, anytime that you talk about having a top five, I mean, it's like splitting hairs in a lot of ways. So anyway, well, congratulations to Desi. Congratulations to Ty, as they are the winners of these awards. And we want to say again, thank you for being a part of what we're doing here at ASN. We have a good time with it. We do. Be on the watch. So we will do baseball, softball MVP as well. Thank you again to D3 Auto Sales for making that possible. So that live stream will be coming in May. And then we've got all these things coming up. There's going to be announcements. If you are a voice of, like you're the voice of, the Des Arc Eagles or whatever, we would be interested in talking to you about helping us with this possibility that we have, this magazine or magazines that we have coming up. We would say, we could use your help. That's for sure. We could use your help. So if you're wanting to be a part, we'll put it out an announcement, and we will, I don't know, we're going to have to figure out some way to kind of get the info to the masses without having to give it to everybody. How about that? But anyway, again, saying thank you once again to each and every one of you that joined us here today. It's been a good time. We want to say thank you again to D3 Auto Sales for making this possible. And then, of course, also Arkansas Tech University. Petrus Farms, a big-time sponsor that came in on the end for us this year. They were really phenomenal. Heirloom Legal, Tyson Valley Distribution Center. I don't want to miss somebody, and I know I am already. But anyway, we want to say thank you to all of you for being a part of what we're doing here at ASN. So, guys, again, watch for these announcements. We'll try to get back on top of our baseball, softball stuff. We just concentrated on this basketball MVP thing, trying to get it out this week. So we'll try to get back to our baseball, softball info. So make sure that you're out there. Also, we'll be looking for D3 Auto Sales MVP in both baseball and softball that we named last year. We'll do it again this year because we like recognizing kids from around the state. So anyway, guys, thank you for joining us again. Once again, congratulations to our winner, Desi McCarty and Ty Robinson. And, guys, we will talk to you soon. Thank you so much.